Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about why, in my opinion, I find right now to be the easiest time to become a software developer, right? So I'm talking about the people in the workplace that have been coding for less than 5 years. They're at an all-time high. The people that are being hired without a degree in the workplace are at an all-time high. People are learning from more non-traditional resources, not college or a boot camp right now more than ever, especially, Gen Z and like Gen X, whatever, the younger generations. They're not looking at traditional routes of learning. They're looking at, a broader variety of different routes. And basically, I just want to go through a couple of stats and interesting facts on why right now is probably the easiest time to become a software developer. Now, by no means is it easy. I'm not saying it's easy. Becoming a software developer is very hard. It takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, and a lot of discipline. But I just think right now, because of the amount of resources available and the quality of resources available out there, and these resources are super easy to access. All right, so I'm just gonna move over here and put up some stats right here. So this is from the Stack Overflow Developer Survey, and this is just talking about the proportion of software developers in the U.S. And how many years they've been coding, right? So as you can see, 40% of developers right now have been coding for less than 5 years. Okay, now what does that tell you is that there's a lot of opportunities for people that are complete beginners and that are, very early in their careers to get jobs. If there's 40% of the jobs, going to people that have less than 5 years experience, that should be a really good sign for you if you're just starting out right now. If you're right now thinking of, okay, can I get a job really if I learn to code? How realistic is it that I'm going to get a job in the next couple of years? What you can see is that it's pretty realistic if you actually like commit to it and you're disciplined, because the majority of people working are in your position, right? This would be for me, I've been coding probably for like 5-6 years at this point, so I'm probably still in that category. But if I was starting off right now, this would be very, very good news. And another pretty interesting stat that I found is that the majority of junior developers right now are between the ages of 30 and 40 years old. Now, I didn't see this coming. I didn't anticipate this at all. I thought, in my head that, the junior developers are right out of college. They're 22, 23, early 20s, and that's going to be the majority of them. But as I found, there's around 40% of junior developers are between the ages of 30 and 40. And not only that, but there's more junior developers that are over the age of 40 than under the age of 30 in the US. And that's mind-blowing to me. And what this says to me is that there's a lot of people that are realizing that software development is a great career path and changing to that career later on in their lives, right? This tells me that a lot of people, after graduating, or maybe they had never graduated and they had just been working for whatever, 10, 15 years, and eventually decided, what, I want more money, or I want a different job, or whatever it may be, and they want to become a software developer. A lot of them are successfully doing that. And so personally, I find, if you're young right now, if people, at the ages of 30 to 40 years old, 40 plus are learning to code, then for you, it should be so much easier. If I was like in college right now, if I was a young student, this would give me so much more hope because, I know technology better than these 40-year-olds and 30-year-olds. You're more adapted to these technologies. And so this is great. This is a lot of great data. And not only that, but just the fact that there's more junior developers that are over the age of 40 than under the age of 30 just shows me how, that anyone from any age, from any technical background can become a software developer. A lot of people have this bias in their head that you have to be very good at math or you have to graduate from Harvard to become a software engineer. People think it's a lot harder than it really is, but they don't realize that all you have to do is just put in the work. And these people that are 40 plus, God bless them, that is incredible, and they're becoming software developers. People that are 40, 50 years old are becoming junior developers. They're learning to code. There's no reason why you can't do it. All right, now some more stats. This here is from HackerRank. They did a survey of developers in 2020, and it's basically showing the different resources that the different generations are using to learn how to code. So you can see here that, Gen Z, I think that's like, I think I might be Gen Z. I don't know what Gen Z is, but let's just say 20 to 25 or 20 to 30. No, millennials. Okay, let's just say Gen Z is 20 to 30. 71% of them use YouTube to learn how to code. And then millennials, 60% of them are using YouTube to learn how to code, right? And you can see that developer websites like GitHub, online courses, Gen Z, 60 to 65% of developers use online courses to learn how to code. Now, this is great, this is great information because, these online resources are available to anyone. And the best part is they're way, way cheaper than a college degree or a boot camp. And you can see that I guarantee if you could compare these numbers 2 years ago, it would be way less, and college education would be way higher. So this abundance of resources, there's so many of these resources, and not only that, but these resources are really high quality. That makes it just that bit easier to become a software developer, because all you have to do is go on like edx.com, search up JavaScript front end, and pay your $10, and you have an incredible course that is very good quality, that is reviewed by like thousands of people, and and you can like finish it with pretty good confidence that you'll have a lot better knowledge than beforehand. Now this is pretty awesome as well. So 1 in 3 hiring managers have hired a bootcamp grad. Now this might not mean as much as the other statistics we were looking at, but this does, I think if you see right here, bootcamp attendance rates have risen 11x over the last decade. So I guarantee if you go look at 2010, I don't think 1 in 3 hiring managers would have hired a bootcamp grad. It would have been much, much, much less. So bootcamps are becoming more accessible. That's a good thing. Bootcamps are a lot cheaper than school, than college. And they actually, a lot of them do offer very high quality education. There's other issues with them that I've talked about in other videos if you want to check them out. But just this open-mindedness that managers have towards hiring developers from boot camps, just this shift in their mentality that you don't have to have that college degree to get hired as a developer. That's huge for self-taught developers and for people that are just considering becoming a developer right now. Right? You don't need a degree, and you don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars to become a developer. Right? That makes so many more potential developers, as opposed to back in the day where it was more of you need an education and less people had access to that kind of education. So this is very exciting, and I just think all of this information is super, super positive news for anyone considering becoming a software developer, right? Even here, software developers are saying they're well suited for the work. So not only are they hiring people from boot camps, but they can actually do the work, right? Same as 40% say they do the same, 33% say they do better, and 27% say they do less. But the numbers are in our favor. And the best part is, guys, the numbers, they don't lie. And these numbers only say good things. So I hope this video was informational for you all and just proved to you that right now is the best time to become a software developer. Right now is the easiest time to become a software developer, and it's when the most resources have ever been available in our history. And if you're doubting whether you should change careers, whether you should dabble in coding, whether you should learn how to code, whatever, I would definitely give it a shot and see if it's for you, because if it is, it can be a very rewarding career. And it can be easier than people make it seem online, right? So as always, if you've enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel. And have a good day, everyone. Take it easy.